flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling. Ground to flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
How's it, Jet Power? Good afternoon. From my side, anyway. Hope you're doing well. I started a minute early. What's a minute between friends? Anyway, it's easier to chat than to type. I'm busy setting up quickly for this test flight, so I'm going to do the Joburg Shaka route, and maybe if I've got time, one back as well. All depends on if I'm going to fall asleep or not, because I'm deathly tired all of a sudden. But we'll give it a bash. See how far we get. Hello, Christopher. Yeah, excellent timing. I went out with my daughter, and when I came back, it felt like I had the energy of the world. Yes, I just wanted to fly. Tell you what, in the last 5 minutes, I can just feel my batteries draining. So you guys are going to have to chat with me to keep me awake. Hello, Attila. I was not bargaining on the slump to hit me as I'm sitting here. The change log is in the description. Let me actually pin it. Let me go grab it. So there's a couple of things. We're going to test the normal. There's an update to the Twkster flight model. There's an update to Zibo's tweaking of the flight model, to make it more stable. We want to see that we don't get the rocking and rolling and things like that. And then we'll test the METAR as well. See what the METAR says. But Zibo says, and I don't really understand it, there could be a slight discrepancy between the METAR in Explain, or the details in Explain, and the METAR that he gets in the FMC. Now, I've noticed something, and the first time I noticed it was yesterday. I still need to speak to Antonio and find out what his take is on it. So, Antonio, if you listen to this and we haven't spoken, please make sure to contact me and let's have a word, because I'll show you what I see. Okay? So we're using default weather. This is default real weather in Explain. And there it shows the QNH is 1020. This is what Explain sees. Okay. So let's look at what the Zibomod sees. Let's see what it sees. Where's the weather info? APDAK. Right, you see, it says 10. I'm confusing myself. 1019. Okay, now if you look at the actual NOAA weather plugin, it sees 1019. Now we are used to flying on the NOAA, and when we have Explain real weather, this should match that one. Okay, there's a whole story behind it. Don't worry about it now. But I find it curious that both of them will say 1019, but Explain itself sees 1020. So my common sense tells me that one of them is wrong, and I'm betting it's the map. So why is Explain seeing the wrong QNH? Which is terrifying, because today it might be 1 bar, but tomorrow it might be more. So let me just show you this as well. While we are here, Navigraph. Navigraph concurs. It says it is 1019, which means that the Explain weather, the actual Explain, is wrong. It's out. Everyone thinks it should be 1019, and Explain says, no, up yours, it's 1020. So if anybody can explain that to me, I'm hoping Antonio can do that, because this doesn't make sense. This does not make sense. See why I don't like Explain real weather. People go after how it looks and how it's improved and all these things, but it's unreliable. Yeah, let me stop right there before I get in trouble. It's frustrating when you have to test things and you have to work with numbers, and numbers don't concur. I feel like crying. Anyway, let's get back to the program. Right, so let's see. Right, I've pinned the change log there for you guys right at the top of the chat, so you should be able to see that. It's in the comments now as well. So yeah, we're going to do everything. That was basically the METAR test, quick and easy. It should work now. Let's go and fly and see if the turns are more stable. Ah, the doors are closed already and I'm still sitting here. While we're waiting, let's quickly start the APU anyway. We can push in 5 minutes if we're lucky. Thank you, Trish. Load. So now we just have to do the FMC. Zero 03 left. APDAK 1 Bravo. Arrival now is on 24. ILS Zulu 24. It's that one. It's that one. Legs. It's not that I think. Go. Right, there was like a jump. Let's go back. There's 3, LE4, LE2N. Yeah, it's those 2. So we can let go of that one, I'm sure. 2, 1. And that one. Okay, we don't want the final approach fix gone, so that's fine. Hello, Rob. Hello, Marius. Hello, Peter. Welcome, welcome. Got it. Got it.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Toes driving up.
Before start procedure. While we're still setting up, let her do her thing. Doesn't look like she wants to. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
All right, now one of the things I am going to test is we're starting at flight level 190. During the climb, I'm going to go up to 310.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
And then the Zibo needs to acquire it and it needs to stay at that altitude. Jet power, it's not a setting, it's a language pack that you download. It's an enhancement that you get from the org. Let me see if I can get the actual download for you quick. Hold on. Sound pack, here we go. Hope it's still there. Yeah, got it. Yeah, ask and you shall be given, you know. There you go. That's it. So you just follow the instructions there on the page, and then it will basically give you
and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Give you a whole couple of extra variations on the sounds and the voices. Okay, so coming back here, just to recap for myself, we're going to go 190 initially. We're then going to use the facility to use altitude intervent to climb to a higher altitude. I'm going to go 310. Then the aircraft needs to acquire the 310 and stay there instead of acquire, or maybe not acquire and then descending. You know, we want to see if that bug is gone. And there's Zibo. Hello, Zibo. Okay, now he's talking to me about the weather. Give me a second. All right, when he responds, oh, he's busy. Yeah, he's here. Cool. Goeiemiddag, Damper. Okay. All right. Thanks, Zibo. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm just going to slightly derate this thing. Get it just under 100. Yeah, he's smiling at me. Hello, Steve. There you are, dude. All right, so we'll do that.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Ready for before start checklist. Trim up.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Start number 2 engine. Oh, come on, Linda. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. (25N2). Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine. Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
(25N2). Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Sorry, I'm talking to Zibo in the background. This thing that he's just said to me has upset me a bit. Oh, this is interesting. Sorry, guys. Me and Zibo need to chat about this. This is interesting. I'll try and explain later, but it's a headache. Hello, Thunder. Yeah, quickly do this. Got the detect again. Before taxi procedure. I feel like I need to speak more forceful with her or something. I don't know.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a lack of flight.
Ready for before taxi checklist.
Alright, we're ready for the taxi checklist. For the taxi, don't worry. We just need this guy out of our way. Alright, Zibo, while you're typing, I'm just gonna continue taxi and get in the air then. Now, in our language, in Afrikaans, there is a saying, slim vang sy baas. Directly translated, it means literally, if you're too clever for yourself, you're going to catch yourself in something stupid, basically, that you did. You know, you shouldn't be too clever because you're going to catch yourself somewhere. And he's just explained a whole bunch of things to me about the weather. Now, I can't help feeling that laminar is going down that route, which is very interesting. We'll obviously have to wait to see how it plays out eventually, but my OCD is of such that, you know, I'm freaking not happy. But I'll explain. I'll try and explain. Okay. I'm going to try and explain to you, but in a nutshell. And if it changes, obviously it changes. Don't, you know, swear by it. Don't use it as gospel. But at this moment, while we are talking, okay, there are basically two weathers in X-Plane. Do you figure that? Let me explain. Okay, so Zibo reads the METAR that he uses in the FMC from the X-Plane API. I see the same METAR in the NOAA plugin that reads the X-Plane real weather, and I also see the NOAA. So those two or three correspond. But what happens is X-Plane now introduced somewhere along the line dynamic weather changes, which is why three applications tell you QNH 1019 and the map says QNH 1020. So effectively, if you want to do planning, if you want to do your descent forecast and things like that, you're going to look at the METAR. But that's not necessarily what X-Plane is going to give you, because X-Plane is now making weather in the background, thumb sucking, putting stuff in there. So now you already sit with a different METAR at the destination. (1020) updated, see if it's changed. Now it's 1019. Let's see what the other one says now. Now they correspond. So for the past 28 minutes and 37 seconds, X-Plane was using different weather than what we were expecting. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to seriously go think about this and wrap my mind around it. Zibo, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. You said to me, I must also understand that in the real world, you get your current weather from the ATC, not from the METAR. Okay, so he's basically referring to ATIS and speaking to them, you know. You all hear us when we talk to the ATC. They give us the QNH, the altimeter setting, things like that. And obviously ATIS is, you know, directly coming from ATC. METAR, they don't use. But that brings an interesting spin in my mind to how do you teach someone now? What do you tell him? How do you get him to understand this? Okay, well, anyway. Let's ignore it. We are all on 1019. It took X-Plane 28 minutes to reach the planned information. Yeah, Zibo says I need to say the QNH and the winds. They both come from ATC, and ATC creates the ATIS. So METAR means nothing. That's true. But now we're in the X-Plane world, and we need to forget that this thing exists and we need to concentrate on this, or we need to forget that this thing exists and concentrate on that. But the map will not show you the destination because it just doesn't reach that far. So you can't do any planning in terms of what is here. This is just pie in the sky. This is fairy dust. It's Christmas father on the sleigh, you know, it's the freaking tooth fairy. Weird. I don't know, man. Steve. Yeah, sorry, Steve, he just asked me, am I all right? I sound upset. I am, because this is obviously just me being real, okay? I mean, I heard a story the other day that even if I keep my mouth shut, the subtitles are still displayed on my face. You know, how do you hide the annoyance? Because this is annoying. For 28 minutes, you've got two different weather systems in the same simulator, and then all of a sudden the one decides, oh no, now I'm going to play with the rest. And in the meantime, you need to make certain inscriptions in the FMC. You need to do your planning. You need to look out for what's happening. But now you've got this little, I don't know, gremlin running. I don't know what you guys think of it. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid. If you see a METAR, this is what we have in this world. Surely that must be the weather. You know, now you're going to fly. You're going to use all the tools at your disposal. You're going to do all your plannings, all your setup. And then when you get in reach of an airport, you're going to go and zoom in, and then you find out, oh, bloomin' heck, it's just not the same. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so let me move on. I mean, I'm a big boy too. I was upset, but I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So please forgive me. But I hope you understand where I'm coming from. It's a question of explain gives the API. There you go. There's your METAR. This is the weather that we're injecting and that we're expecting. But hey, hang on a second. We've got this little demon running here in the background. You know, he's going to do just what he wants to do. You know, I'm telling you, we need to squash the gremlin. Poof. I don't know, man. Okay, we're going to laugh at this in a couple of minutes, but this is... Well, okay, let's get back to the questions, right? Jet power, you say we need to use the explain weather. Well, which explain weather? Are you going to use the map weather, or are you going to use the actual grip files? Because the grip files in the API is going to show you this. All right, this is what it shows you. But the map has got this little gremlin running in the background. He's stoking the fires and he's blowing the flames and he's peeing on the fire to dose it down to make more mist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's got his little thing on the map. So I don't know. We're gonna have to now play it out, see where we go to. You know what we're gonna do. Sorry. So anyway, I've said enough. This is my story. Now you know. Yeah, I would also. I would go for the FMC. I would go with what the aircraft sees. Okay, this is actually the bottom line. I'll go with what the aircraft sees, because the aircraft is expecting that. It's basing its reactions on what it sees, what it experiences, not this airy-fairy troll dust floating in the ether, you know? So, yeah, I think me too. I think that's the bottom line. I'll use what the API gives me, what the Zibo can see, what the Zibo can use. Can you believe it? We are all used to, Scotsman, coming back to that statement, we are all used to double checking the weather on the map because that is what is currently in Explain. But for 28 minutes, it was two different things. And that's where the problem comes into. So myself, personally, I would rather just go for whatever the data says, the API says. And the API says 1019, so we change it to 1019. Yeah, so anyway, okay, all right, that's enough of that. I hope you can hear in my voice that I am feeling a little bit better, but I was perplexed. I was kind of in the soup. Yeah. B for takeoff procedure.
Approaching 0.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist. Runway 03
On
left
runway
confirmed.
03 left.
Stephen, but when we do our forecast, we need to know the QNH. We need to do some planning and stuff. You know, we need to have an idea what the winds are doing. You know, things like that. We don't always fly online. We don't always have the luxury of ATCs online and people actually giving us things, you know. Yeah, Scotsman. Yeah. As long as we don't fly into the ground, because we can't go deeper than that, we can't go further, we're okay.
Takeoff thrust set.
Yeah, look, Scotsman, I've got Navigraph desktop charts. I've got the NOAA weather plugin. When I'm not using X-Plane Real Weather, obviously it's not going to matter because xEnviro is not going to do that nonsense. So I've got plenty of places to get it. But obviously when we are in a situation like we are now, where xEnviro is not there, then the majority rules, you know. Everybody has been saying for over half an hour it's 1019, and the stupid map was saying it is 1020, you know.
Acceleration altitude.
So I'll go with majority. Whatever the aircraft sees, that's what I'm going to use.
Transition.
Oh, this is lovely. This is so stable. Oh, what a takeoff. What a nice flight. I will ask Linda to fix it. Thanks, Christopher. I trust the promise. We'll let her do it. We'll just go with whatever she decides.
Flaps 1 set.
I wonder when they release, I'm talking Laminar and Austin now, when they release the new version 1.4, whether he's going to make a video and maybe explain it to us. Maybe if one of you know him, you know, ask him, pretty please, to make a nice video for us to explain the situation to us. Because obviously, you know, Zibo knows things that some of us don't know, you know, and he's now obviously privy to things like this. But it would be nice to hear what Austin's take is. You know, I mean, he's also a pilot in the real world. He understands these things. So maybe he should make a video for us, explain it to us so we can also understand. Because, I mean, ignorance is a bugger, eh? You know. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's interesting. I had the first time it happened to me, the first time today, and I've flown these things for months. Never had it happen to me. So, Scotsman, I was actually wondering if something changed between my last test model and the release model. I'm not sure if something changed there, and the guys are not really available to speak to yet. After New Year, I'm definitely going to ask them, because I get this feeling that there was a subtle change between the test model and the released model. You know, I just get that feeling. Because that never happened to me. Yeah, mine happened in the 700. Weird, man. Look at this aircraft. Apart from the fact that I'm not really staying on the nose there, but it is actually effortless. Flying effortlessly. Mikey, I'm using Alpha Yoke and Bravo throttles. In the Zibo mod, I'm using the advanced yoke setting from Zibo. So my curves is required, they are required to be linear. You cannot use the advanced yoke setting and then put any curves in there. If you want to use curves, you need to switch that setting off. Otherwise, you're fighting against the flight model and the autopilot. Or at least the Zibo code autopilot isn't on now. So. Excellent. Was he home? Did you have some coffee? Yeah, Papa Mike, but that's not right, eh? That's not right. And even in the couple of tests I did before it was released, I never had this. It was never so bad. And then this morning it hit me. Anyway, let's go on to automation now. That was cool. That was almost 17,000 foot going up. That was really nice hand flying it.
To level off.
She's smart. Scotsman. Right, so we're at 19,000. We are now going to go up to 31,000. 31. And see if it will acquire it. And this is the next step. So, alt intervent. There we go. Let's see. Needs to climb now. FMC is updated. Well, the procedure seems to work. We just hope the actual AP code in the background works. Thank you, Zibo. You know what? I think after all that stress, I need ice cream. I'll wait a bit, go fetch it after the flight, but I think I need to go calm down and suck a lolly or something. You know, just sit somewhere and think about this whole story. I had a chocolate just before the stream just to get some sugar in me because I was fading. And I don't want to overdo that. I think the coldness of the, 8 scoops. The coldness of the ice cream, might help. It's very humid here today. It's only 20 degrees, but the humidity is like freaking probably 80%. I don't know. I don't have any way to measure it. It just feels terrible. So I'd skip the hot for now and just go for the cold ice cream. Just to put you in the picture. It's very terrible here now. Oh, somebody opened the gates there again. Look at that.
To level off.
Right, let's see if it acquires and stays there. 20 up, 20 down. 20 up, 20 down. Zibo, are you still watching? Rob, when I fly active sky, I do that. I fly the 10,000 foot and above on the real weather and below 10,000 on active sky weather. That's how I like it. Good afternoon, Tim. Pitch null setting. Where do you want me to go to check that? Sorry, you caught me totally unawares now. Where do we see that? Is that going to be in the controller somewhere? Let me actually go and check. Oh, okay, I'm going to go check there now. Let's just also quickly check, make sure that explain didn't change anything. Yeah, no, this is supposed to be linear. This is supposed to be linear. Calibration. There you go, pitch null zone. 0, 0, 0. There's no noise whatsoever. It seems to have largely settled now, but look, it's moving again. It's not as bad as it was. Yeah, and you know, I never looked at any cell on the outside. I mean, the big cell is there on the left. You know, it's not really here by us. Advanced is now off. Still the same pitch. Not really much weather here now. Let's quickly see. 242. 71097. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've got an idea. But look, I mean, this is autopilot stuff. This isn't me flying it. This is something with the autopilot. Mm-hmm. Mm. What tutorial are you looking for? Where can I find a good guide on how to set up the AutoOrtho? Oh, yes. Well, it's either that or you come and drink coffee and I'll show you, something like that. Or we can show you on Discord as well. This is done. This is done. I'm falling asleep here now too. Let's do this.
Ready for descent procedure.
You dummy. 301. 26 degrees. Yeah, if he can't wait for me, let him watch the tutorial. I don't have a tutorial for it anymore, so that's a good one to go look at. Steve, yes, that is true. But when there is a pattern to it, a recognizable pattern that you can set a metronome to or a sine wave generator to, then it's not natural, because this is up and down the whole time as if in a specific interval. That's why it's bothering me. Under normal circumstances, you're 100% correct. I mean, this is not on an aircraft doesn't fly on rails. It's going to have ups and downs, but not a constant recognizable form, you know, that you can set a metronome to, or if you have a sine wave generator to set it up on, you know, that's where it kind of irks me a bit. Now that you mention it, it could be. I could have made a typo. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, sure. Typo, huh? Thanks, Thunder. What would I do without my first officers? You guys did well today. Oh, minimums. Mm-hmm. No, you guys are doing good today. Credit where credit is due. I can tell you one thing, after I land and park this aircraft, I'm going to go and lie down for an hour. Just forget about everything and just maybe fall asleep, and we'll worry about the rest later. Yeah, anything is possible. At least we don't have that Dutch roll, or whatever Andre called it yesterday. You know, we don't have that swaying left to right, left to right. I haven't really done a big turn yet. I was hand flying the others, so let's see what happens to the turns here at the end. That'll be telling. Absolutely jet power, I need that. Thank you, Flight Simheaven X. You know, I love doing this, I must be honest. I love doing this. No, it's a pleasure, Christopher. I wish I had more time. 2024, from the 1st of January 2024 was a strange, different existence for me. Everything changed this year. And I didn't do a quarter of the flying that I used to do before that for years and years and years, man. I never stopped. I never had breaks. And then this year came along and the real world really interfered. I'm hoping 2025 is going to be nice and better. Thank you, Christopher. I'm sure he's going to watch, or he's still watching. He's just silent in the background. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, dad and husband. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that happened as well, eh? So, no, Thunder, she's actually not here. She's taken her mom back home. So I'm sitting here being big mouth when I know she can't hear me. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing? It's a nice turn there that we can check. I'm okay, thank you, Tommy. I had a nice chat with Zibo. He explained quite a few things related to the weather with us. Yeah, you must go watch the first half of this story, the first 28 minutes of this video. You don't have to worry about the rest, but that was kind of freaky. And the guys here have been good to me. You know, we've been having a nice chat as we go on. I don't see any of that rolling problems, but we did have the 20 up, 20 down, 20 up, 20 down in a recognizable pattern, which is wrong. That's the only thing. But now Zibo knows about it. I sent him a message. If he didn't see it, he will see it, and then he can just read the message.
Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
Tommy, I'm not using ASXP actually. I'm using a real world weather, just real world weather, because we need to find the stability in the real world weather. I don't have the same issues in xEnviro, so there's no point in testing it in xEnviro because it's super, which means we need to test it in the environment where you guys or other guys would be flying, where they would get issues, which is obviously real world weather. So that's it. You see my description that I didn't make it sound weird. Active sky is disabled. I'm putting the word enabled after explain real world weather just to make it easier to understand. Right, let's get ready for this landing. See how it turns. Thank you, Thunder.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist.
That's a smooth turn. That's a smooth turn. No more rocking. Thanks, Jet Power. Yeah, there's no flapping, rocking, whatever you want to call it, on those wings now. That was a rather stable turn. Do you guys agree? Yep. Hello, Airline Summer, welcome. There is the sea. When we drive down there are a couple of places where when you get closer as you go over the hill, you can see the sea, and it's always a competition in the car who sees the sea first. Papa Mike, that would be nice. That would be nice. You must come join me on Discord, and you must come give your input. I would appreciate that. I think it is. I think it is. I'm talking about the EFB now. I think it's up to date. I didn't include any level up stuff yet, but the Zibo stuff should all be good. Right, our go around is also 3000, so I'm not going to mess with that altitude. Everything is good. 10 knot wind there at 10 o'clock. Right, cabin is secure, lights done. 10 on the flaps, waiting for distance, and get down flaps 15. Guys, while I'm thinking about it, just remember the week from the 5th of January, it's a Sunday, until that Friday. We're going away for a quick week, just a quick break, me and the family, okay? So just any and everybody that needs to take note, take note. I will obviously be on standby on Discord and wherever, but there's no flying. Can't do anything there. I'm not sure whether I will be able to make any updates in terms of torrents and things. I'll see if I can do it on my laptop, but I can't promise, you know, so at best I might be able to just put the stuff in Google Drive and then we do the torrent when I come back. You know, we'll see. I'll do my best. See if I can save all the passwords and all the websites and everything I need to do. Thank you, Tommy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We never went away in 2024, so that'll be a good start for 25. And I've got so much work for 2025 lined up already. It's funny. You know, you can't do it because everybody's now on holiday. But man, if I could work now, I would work straight through. But I'm also grateful for the few days that I can just be a little bit more calm. All these sugarcane fields over here, eh? Thanks, Steve. I agree.
Ready for landing checklist.
Gear down 3, green flaps 30, green light. You got the lights, cabin is secure. We're ready to land. QNH 1012 and runway 24 confirmed. Okay, the only thing we haven't done is arm the speed brakes. There you go, speed brakes. Yeah, I love this area. Speed brakes and auto brake set. Auto throttle is off. Let's capture that thing. There we go. The diamonds, those triangles goes blue. We've got the throttle.
Clear to land runway 24.
400. 300. Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Bit of a long landing, but so what?
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use.
Yeah, I like the landing. Really good. Liked it a lot. Got a long way to taxi, so I don't necessarily want to stop here already. Hey, Magnus.
Remaining. Remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great landing. You are professional.
Thank you, Linda.
Remaining.
Alright, we're gonna get off here right at the end. Yay, we made it. Ah, go away.
100 remaining.
After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Oh, she heard me first time. Can you believe it? Righto. That's done. Don't worry about that.
Landing procedure complete.
Let's go. Brum, 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 brum. Thank you guys for this lovely afternoon. I thoroughly enjoyed it with you guys. I hope you're going to have a blessed rest of your Saturday.
Flaps up and set.
And if all goes well, we'll see you tomorrow morning again. Yeah, no, she's cool in the Zibo. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, I'm gonna go rest with my ice cream. Thank you, Zibo. Thank you, Twkster, for being here as well. Thank you for your input. Thank you for watching with us. Yeah, I saw that. Hey, Morris. Come. You guys are welcome. As long as you enjoyed it. I love having you guys around when I do the testing. And as you can see, I try and keep it real, you know. No, we don't know. No, there's no point in releasing it until we get that oscillation thing sorted. Unless Zibo's got a different take on it. But
shutdown procedure.
He's probably going to tweak it a little bit more. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Okay, Tommy. Yeah, it's just the first, I would say, 28 minutes. You'll see there's a lot of lull time in between, but it's important to hear the whole discussion, I think, due to the weather. So we'll keep your eyes and ears peeled. If we learn more about the weather, we'll tell you more about the weather and things like that. And if you learn something, please, come teach me too. Thank you, Tim. I'm not going on vacation yet. I'm still here. It will be from the 5th of January. So we've got a couple of days. If you want me to test more, I'll test more. We'll do what we need to do until we leave. So it will be not tomorrow. It's the next Sunday. So there's like 8 days left. 8 and a bit. Sorry, 7 and a bit days left before we go on holiday. So I've got the whole of next week still here with you guys. It's literally from the 5th of January only that we're going to be away for until the Friday. So Kevin, nice to see you on stream, and thank you. Thank you, Thunder. Okay, let me go. Thank you. Bye-bye.